we're getting a good view of the situation in Washington D.C. Some people up there are doing their job, and other people up there are not doing their job. The House of Representatives had a very serious issue on their hands. They transferred it over to the Senate, and the Senate let us down. Now we're going to have to rearrange the Senate seats and who gets the seats. These people in there right now are not for the working average American, and they're not trying to help us get things straightened up in government. They let a thug run loose up there for 4 years, and they had the ability to take him out 4 years ago. Now, something that's got to be done. And he needs to pay all them people he owes for back wages. I think it's against the law to hire a firm and let them do the job and then not pay them. I think it's against the law. Well, I ain't real sure about that, but anyway, something needs to be done about those people getting their money. They did all that work, they need to get paid. It's snowing, cold, and let's see, what is the temperature out there? I ain't real sure. See what the temperature is. Hold on just a second. Okay, it's 20 degrees. And I got my 4-wheel drive out there ready to go to the post office, pick up some mail. Hopefully, I've got my hold down the fort check from the government. I hope them politicians would quit being Republican when they get there to the White House. They need to be American. And I'm talking about carrying arms and being protected from thugs breaking in the windows, breaking in the doors, trying to kill you. You got to have protection. You can't have iron gates up there in the White House, keeping the representatives armless is unbelief that they can allow such bullcrap to go on at the White House of the United States of America. You have to protect yourself against all intruders, including the enemy of the United States of America. And get armed, people. Arm yourself. We got ran over because you got an iron gate in there that says you can't protect yourself. Hell with that. Throw those dudes out of office. Get those dudes that put that damn fence up there. Get some damn fire trucks out there in case you get stupid protesters. Get the fire trucks out there. Spray them down with 100-mile-an-hour water if you don't want to shoot them. You know, you have to protect yourself. You can't just walk around, hide behind locked doors and hope they help hold up. You've got to get the instigators, the leaders, in jail. And it all tracks right back down to Donald Trump. He's the leader, the ringleader of that group. You track him down. It's very simple to do. I can't believe the crap that go on in the United States of America. They've got people burning down businesses and looting and all kinds of crap. You need to get some muscle, some backbone, and load these damn things and put them to work. You can't let thugs rule the streets and wreck people's lives. They've got a business to run. You can't let people run in there and burn them down. You've got to get your ass out there and get to work. That's a shame that there's not a way to keep the evil down by babying them around. Please don't do this. Please don't do that. They're full of the devil. They're here to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Sometimes you have to destroy them. And I'm sure you've got innocent people locked up in jail right now for shooting somebody, but they probably needed shooting. If a thug is breaking in, pounding on your kid or whatever they're doing, or stealing something, knocking your door down, you shoot them. A lot of times they throw the poor guy in jail for shooting somebody when he needed shooting, you know. So you need to look into some people that are in jail right now that don't belong there. They've got businessmen, businesswomen, and they've got a young man in jail that was in the Bitcoin business, and all he was doing was on his computer was running like a little bank, and he was keeping track of people that want to buy and people that want to sell. Real simple operation. He was just taking I think it's getting a percentage of the transaction or something. It wasn't much, but he was illegal in an entity. They locked the guy up in prison. Hell, he didn't shoot nobody, didn't rob nobody, but they put this bullshit deal on him that he was laundering money. Hell, he wasn't laundering money. He had nothing to do with money. He was running bitcoins. That's not even real money. Bitcoins is electronic computer bits. So it's a large game that's still going on, and the poor young man is in prison. So somebody needs to get him out. He's the only one that I know of that from Bitcoin operations and one of the leaders. I'm sure somebody knows who he is. He's in New York prison right now. You get him out. You do something up there besides ride around from coffee shop to coffee shop and sip on margaritas. You need to get to work. Politicians up there, you go by. I'm a Republican. I got to vote Republican. You need to get your ass to work. Do what's right. Right now, the Democrats got the control of the situation, but they can't pass everything when you got people with stupidity written all over them running this deal called the other side. When you get up there to office, you are on the side of the American people, not yourself, not your own personal privities. You people think that you can just stay Republican, just stay right there and do nothing and keep the people that are voted in to change these stupid things that's going on right now. You've got to get off your ass and let these people do their job. You can't just sit back and say, I'm a Republican and can't vote. You got to get the idiots out of the office of the United States of America. They've got the ability to blow up the whole damn world. And you let the son of a bitch go plumb to the end. You need to got him out of there sooner than that. All right. I was going to show you what I was going to show you. And hold on. See if this will work. A lot of snow out there. Probably about an inch deep. About 3 inches deep built up on a park table out there. Way in the background, there's mountains. So there's a bit better view. A little turbulence over there north of Florida. You can see it around the Great Lakes. Blue, dark blue, green. Got a little snow up there. I think we're back on track. All right. So much for that. But it's about, I think I said 20 degrees a while ago. 20 degrees in Texas. Now that's pretty cold for here. And waiting for my, I guess they call it a stimulus check. I don't know. I've heard some people have got a stimulus check for like $600 or something. But if whatever they send will help a little bit. I was up doing a video last night. It got late and it got tiresome. And I ran out of go. Had to shut down for a while. But the thing about it is, I might even run for president of the United States myself. I said, well, you ain't going to get elected. Well, hell, I didn't think Donald Trump would get elected either. So there you go. So I got a chance. If that idiot can get in there, I can get in there. And what we're going to do, if I get in there, we're going to bring those Republicans in there. We're going to have a little chat with them. And we're going to ask them, are you up here for your own personal gain and your privileges and your free gasoline? Everything paid just about? The people out there in the States are out of work. There's no money. And you people are sitting on your ass doing nothing. I haven't seen you pass no kind of nothing to help the economy. You keep sending our troops overseas and getting them blowed up, as far as I can see, for no damn reason. You need to gather them boys up, and if you send them out, you send the whole damn force. You don't just send one or two parties out there. Send a few soldiers in a goddamn fucking Cadillac or whatever they drive in them foreign countries out there in the middle of nowhere, drop them off. It's a bunch of bullshit. You son of bitches need to straighten up your act. These goddamn people don't deserve to get shot all to hell just because you son of bitches decide, well, we want to get over there and see what they're doing over on the other side of that mountain. But we don't give what they're doing on the other side of that mountain, as long as they ain't bothering us over in the States. You get our troops and you round them up and you get them patched up and you get them fixed up and you get them, you don't send them out unless it's a goddamn emergency situation. Then you send them out in force. You bastards quit sending a few guys out there with a goddamn backpack on their deal and tell them you'll be back in 2 weeks and pick them up. That's a bunch of bullshit. That is goddamn fucking bullshit. That's why I'm running for president of the United States in 2004, whenever the hell that election is. There's things got to be done about this damn Monsanto They're poisoning the goddamn country, killing off our bee population. If the bee population dies off, the flowers and the vegetables won't pollinate. I'm talking multi-million-dollar operation going down the drain. And things that we need to eat will be gone. If those bees die off, there's no way to pollinate. And if you don't believe me, get in the encyclopedia and look it up. So this poison is killing Americans on a daily basis. We're dying of diseases they never heard of in the past. Lipnomia, whatever the hell that is. Cancer by the trillions. What else? Lung irritations. Anytime you're putting down liquid, I think it's ammonium nitrate, liquid ammonium nitrate. They put that down in liquid form. And when you're hooking up those hoses and unhooking those hoses, it's spraying liquid. A lot of it out there. And it only takes one little whiff to make your lungs completely quit working. So if you hear of a deal where a farmer just died on the job, no physical injuries, they don't know what happened, look and see if he's putting out some ammonium nitrate. All he had to do is get one whiff of that shit, and it'll get you. You can't breathe. Your lungs stop, just like froze up. Okay, and you can't breathe. If you can't breathe, you pass out. I mean, you physically pass out. So, my God, I don't know who's supposed to be in control of keeping our country safe, but everyone who's in control of that is not doing their job. When they're putting out a bag of something that's got a big X on it and it says poison on there, hey, that's enough information for me. We're not putting that shit out there on our farm products. It's poison. They don't market it as poison. Don't put it on there. Don't let them put it out there, even if they want to. Because most people are stupid anyway. All they do is go to the bank and get more money and then pursue lots of riches. And they don't look at the middle of the line of all of the people that are going to suffer and die because of their activities. They don't really look at that. They look at the swimming pool, limousine, two things they don't need. These people are off millions of dollars on bullshit. And they ain't got enough sense to build some nice little cottages somewhere. We've got acres and acres and acres and acres and acres of land in the United States. It's uninhabited. Nobody's using it. And it's good, clean land. Hadn't had no stupid farmer up there putting down ammonium nitrate and a few of these other bad chemicals like weed killer. For instance, weed killer is a killer. It will kill anything that's living on the face of the earth. If you get a whiff of weed killer, hey, your head swells up this big. You can't. Your heart is damn near stopping. And if you survive, you're gonna be right on this little train that I'm on right here. I'm gonna be the engineer chief, and you're gonna be back there waving, "Hey, he's right. Just vote for him." Yeah, they can raise crops without putting down all this poison. They just don't want to get out there and chop the weeds down. They're lazy. They want to ride around with zzz, zzz, in their limo with electric windows and having these poor devils that, get paid very poorly putting this stuff out. So, what else is good to talk about? I don't know if anybody understands the importance of looking at the big picture. The big picture is getting rid of the bad things that other people are doing to hurt our economy. So you got the power plant out in New Jersey, I believe. And they got these like 55-gallon barrels full of radioactive material. Oh my God, there's nothing they can do with that stuff when they get it, when they make electrical power with this. All these really bad chemicals. They go into these barrels. Now they shipped a bunch of these barrels to New Mexico to the underground. It's pulling fertilizer out of the ground there, and they got these big caves underground that they've left. And somehow, some idiot from New Mexico running the country, the government, allowed them people to bring that poison into our state and put it underground, right on top of the aqua water for the place that we get the clean water to irrigate our beautiful crops in West Texas, New Mexico, and even up as far as Kansas. If this pollution drips down into the edge of the water thing, it will poison the water for over half of the United States of America. Now we've got to get that moved out of there and take it back to New Jersey where they made it and tell them, hey, this is your problem. You made this shit and you figure out what to do with it. They dumped a bunch of it down that river out there, because they were getting full, I think, and they just let it overflow into the river. Show you how smart they are. People running that power plant out there. Them some bitches, one needs to be in jail. God help the poor fish. Got barrels and barrels and barrels of acid coming down the river. It's a shame what they're doing. It seems like America is asleep. The politicians are definitely asleep. They let these people build power plants and they don't look at the residue of what's going to be. Same way these new electric cars. The government's saying, hey, good idea. We've got wind power to make electricity, but it still takes batteries to put in the car so that the car can go down the road and draw this juice. But what are they going to do with all these batteries? They're going to have thousands and thousands and thousands of old batteries full of acid. Everything that they put into the earth, into the landfill, it eventually soaks down into the underground water. And of course, underground water goes everywhere. So they can have the whole world polluted in a few years if they're not careful. If they keep on with the same procedures, the whole world is going to have no water. Water is going to be more valuable than fine gold, I guarantee you that. It already is. We're already paying for I think it's 12 or 15 little bottles of water from Walmart for a couple of dollars. Well, if you're out there pouring water in a jug, you can pour a lot more water than you can find gold out there digging for gold. You're digging a lot of dirt. It's easier just to get some clean water and sell it. So what I'm saying is that if they poison up the water, they're going to be shipping water a lot further from places that are not poisoned yet, and the price of water is going to be way, way, way up there. So I'm just saying, if you don't want to pay for your drinking water, you need to stop Monsanto from poisoning the world. They're a big company. They fight everybody with these big time lawyers. If you go up against them legally, But I'm telling you right now, the farmers could stop this bullshit right away, but just stop using their products. We don't have to have a big law that says farmers can't use the damn stuff. We just need to convince the farmers to stop using this damn poison. It wouldn't take any act of nothing. Just the farmer just don't go to the store and buy none of that junk. And that is so simple. It's unbelievable how I thought it up. The American farmers just don't go to the poison shop and get any more poison. This stuff is costing the hell out of you. You're paying out that for a lot of poison that you don't really need on your crops. So then hybrid corn, for instance, you can get more bushels if you poison the stuff up and you put these little fake things in there. But it'll probably make you talk like a girl when you eat the corn. I know one time I ate some hybrid corn flakes from Kellogg's. I'm sure that's what it was because my whole skin was itching. Underneath my skin, all over my body, I'm itching. For like 2 weeks. They said that's enough of Kellogg's corn flakes for me. They ain't got enough sense not to use hybrid corn in there. And it's a possibility that they mixed some of that stuff and they mixed it in there and shipped it on down there to them and they didn't catch it. You know, Kellogg's, they're taking in truckload after truckload of corn every day, so they could have slipped a load or two of that shit in there. You know, there is thugs in the world that will do anything for $1. You have to watch them. Put it in there. You gotta watch them. You gotta face the facts. It's doing something with the oil, so forth. Now, I have to agree with the underground gas and oil pipelines. They need to stop doing that. Because every once in a while, those things explode. And when a large gas, it's not gasoline, I don't think. It's some kind of gas, like propane or butane. I think that's what it is. When that line gets a leak and someone is barbecuing a steak and they light that fire, the whole place blows up for about quarter mile around, big hole in the ground, because somebody lit a fire and because there was a leak in the gas line. And that gas can build up in these little pockets where the pipeline is. It can be a little wind channel or whatever it is. It can build up little pockets of gas, and when they get ignited, it blows up like boom. So they need to look into doing that. And then, of course, in the right of ways, you got the herbicide people out there putting down weed killer on all the right of ways where the pipeline going on top of that starts growing weeds right away. So what they do is they spray the hell out of it with DDT or some kind of substance like Monsanto's got, some of that shit, weed killer. And so then anybody in the local area is going to get sprayed with this weed killer because they take them right through towns and stuff. I mean, I live 2 blocks from the damn gas line myself. And it's not a good feeling to know that damn thing might blow me right out of the sky. The damn gas line is not supposed to be down through the middle of town, I don't think. But anyway, I don't know why they have to have gas lines. I mean, it's a needless expense to build them. When they blow up, it costs a lot of money to repair them. Got a little bit. Ah. So anyway, most of these people that run for president, they get sponsors out there in the country. So there's a few billionaires out there that's got more money than they need. They give it away. They give away billions of dollars every year, and I ain't real sure who receives those funds, but I'm sure they give away those kind of donations. I'm sure there's a few people sitting on an island somewhere drinking margaritas out of some of that. If they send me a big check to run for president of the United States, I can guarantee you I'm going to be looking right away at a nice little island to drink some margaritas at while I'm doing my politicking. So I ain't no dumbass. I'm going to be like the rest of them boys. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of that money. Campaign funds. I'm going to drink me a few margaritas. Yes, sir. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. It's not against the law to spend that money on margaritas because that's part of my advertising campaign. Yes, sir. Well, I don't know what else to do except go back to work. Too many people out of work needs a job. And if I go back to work, there'll be several other people on the payroll, so it'll help a little bit for me to put some people back on the payroll that need a job. Degrees. That is cold. 20 degrees. And it's hardly ever. Well, the situation is real simple. Um, these uh, old guys that's been in office up there for 40 years, they can't seem to build any programs of any kind that will help the economy in any direction. I don't think they're doing much up there except just partying down. When you get these live programs, you see a bunch of empty seats up there and you see one speaker of the house, blah, 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 blah. But where's the house? There's nobody there. So how can they do anything, pass any programs to help the working class people if they're not even there at work. Now, Donald Trump, he requested that they all be there to count the votes. So he wanted a crowd of the House there. He wanted them there, so he could just tear down the doors and kill them all. So he could basically rerun the country, be the big cheese, the boss. You know, and sure enough, tell everybody what to tell them to do. The boss is fired. You're out, Trump. We fired you. It wasn't easy. You know, we had to get out and vote, but we voted, and you're out. You're done. Your history. You know, we can take you off of the payroll, but you don't earn. You didn't earn it. You don't earn your leisure lifestyle for the rest of your life for acting like a damn asshole. When you're leaving office, you're supposed to leave with dignity and respect the new incoming president, and you did none of that. Matter of fact, you tried to kill a few people, which you did. You killed about 5 people out there in that one incident. So if that was your intentions, that's exactly what you got accomplished. You got a bunch of people killed. What good did it do you? Nothing. You're still a nobody. Still an asshole that never paid your bills. I don't know why these people don't stand up and do their job. We're sitting out here waiting for them to convict the bastard and get him out and get him off the payroll, and they let him slide again. How many times has he been brought into court? Judge, sir, we've done all this work. We need to get paid. Acquitted. He's quitted. He's got his reasons for not paying you. But they didn't get paid. I don't think anybody's listening, to tell you the truth. I'm just talking. I don't think nobody's listening. What I'm trying to do is convince the people that have the ability, like, for instance, I was talking about that boy that was in Bitcoin. He was running a little bank, keeping track of incoming, outgoing, changing hands. He don't know who these people are or what they're going to do with these Bitcoins. He's the man that just handles the Bitcoins. He's not into drugs, into trafficking money or all this crap. He don't even have, he don't even operate in money. So it's ridiculous the charges they've got against him and they threw him in jail. He didn't do nothing. He didn't rob no bank. He didn't misuse the figures. He kept his books up to date, and everybody got their Bitcoins when they paid for them. When they bought them from somebody else, they got their Bitcoins, and he made sure that the transactions were correct. He can't help it because one person decided to go buy drugs with the damn Bitcoins. He can't help that. Now, somebody needs to get him out of jail. This is ridiculous. Nobody's doing their damn job. You can't lock up people just for working. That's all he was doing was working, making money for his family, and then lock him up in jail. That's a little harsh punishment, I think. And these other people, like these lawyers representing Donald Trump, you people locked up his lawyers when you should have locked up the damn problem was Trump, not his lawyer. His lawyer's trying to hold down his job and represent his client the best he can, and you throw him in jail, and he didn't do nothing wrong. He just told you what the guy was doing and tried to convince you that it was legal. But it wasn't. It wasn't legal, so you locked up the wrong guy. You locked up the attorney. How crazy is that? You people need to get your head out of your ass and stop locking up the working people and lock up the damn problem is Donald Trump and people like him. Don't lock up their attorneys. Their attorneys are just working for a living. They're doing their job. They're representing a client. They can't help if he's a criminal and stuff, but they don't need to get locked up for his crimes. Oh, God, what is it coming to? Martha Stewart. The lady was working on her portfolio, investing a little bit of money in the stock market. Poor little lady. She decided to take her funds out of this certain stock, and somebody didn't like that idea. So they threw the book at her and locked her up in jail for taking her own money out of the damn stock market. They threw that lady in jail for a long damn time. What in the hell is going on in this country? When a working class little old lady gets thrown in jail for taking her own money out of the stock market and protecting her money from the downfall that's coming, because she figured out ahead of time there was a downfall coming, that stock, she wanted her money back out of there fast. There's nothing wrong with that. They do it every day. They buy and sell stock thinking if it's going down tomorrow, I want to sell it today. That's their job, to figure out what the turn is going to be in the stock market. Now, if they're going to lock people up for investing in the stock market and take their money out, hey, they need to shut down that whole damn stock market situation up there. Shut them some bitches down. They're not even working for a living anyway. They got these big plush offices, and all they do is work on their damn computer, taking people's money, and all of them is resting it around a little bit and getting a share of it, and then send the guy back a little chunk of change. Not profit, just a little bit of his money back, because they don't want to rob him 100%. They want to take 80%. Martha Stewart, fine lady. Didn't rob no bank. Didn't beat nobody up. Didn't threaten anybody. She just put some money in the stock market and she brought it back out, and they locked her up in jail. Now that's a crime right there. These people that locked her up are thugs. You need to do something about it. Who's in the prosecutor up there in the State Department. These people that locked her up need to be locked up. Not Martha Stewart, for instance. She paid the price that she shouldn't have. She didn't do anything wrong. Now, you think it's easy, just because you got a little bit of money in the bank, it's easy to deal with all these idiots out there, but I'm sure these people that's got a lot of money, it seemed like to me that the wolf is right there in the door. As soon as they get their money, the wolf is right there. Figures out a way to kill them and take their money. And this poor boy from Florida won the lottery. And I'll be damned. Some ignorant son, I think they killed him. So you're lucky in life, you're fortunate, and then somebody kills you. It's not right. Not right to die like that for no reason. So the people that are getting these big paychecks, lotteries and so forth, you people don't need to broadcast their names and who they are and where they're from and all that. Because there's too many thugs and too many idiots out here. They want to take that away from them. Scammers also, Hi there. We've got this new investment program for you. They're just lying through their damn teeth. All they want to do is get a check so they can go to the islands and drink margaritas. So you people are hitting them millions in the lotteries and so forth. And they come up and pat you on the back and tell you, hey, brother, proud of you. You better run. All they're wanting is your money. Not, hey, brother, hey, partner. They could care less about you. You get on your horse and ride. Get the hell away from them. Little investment deals here and there. They'll try and get you to do little investment deals here and there. They could go to the bank and get their investment deals because it's a real good deal. The bankers know how to handle these kind of situations because they've been doing this a long time. You know, go down to your local bank, and if they'll approve your loan, you're good to go. I'm not a bank. I'm loaning my money out. Speculative propositions. But I guarantee you, you spend even $50,000 on a little deal. There's not much profit margin out there in anything, really. And so by the time you get your $50,000 back, you're going to be 50 years older. In other words, you're not going to get your money back. Best thing to do is don't loan it out. I learned that from loaning it out. You loan out money, you don't get it back. You pay them good for working for you, they don't show up for work. They got the paycheck for guaranteed paycheck. They don't show up for work. A guaranteed check. Well, you got to work for a guaranteed check. They don't understand that. They think we're on the guarantee for a week. We'll just take the guarantee. We're not going to show up for work. They'll do it to you. They did to me, you know. They're crazy. These people are flat, lazy, and crazy. Now, the worst deal I ever got into, hitchhiked, believe it or not, all the way to Buckeye, Arizona. And this guy ran a little hog farm, I think. I've never seen any hogs, but anyway. He had 3 old grain trucks sitting out there. Somebody said he needed a driver. One of the grain trucks, on the grain hauler, I'll run out there and see if I can get that job. So I go all the way out there, and I got to go through hell and high water, you know, to get the job. And he goes, yeah, well, I guess we can let you haul loads, kind of see how it works out. So, all right. So, well, you ready to go? We'll take 2 trucks, and you just follow me. Okay, so we go in long ways, pick up a load, take it all the way back. It takes 24 hours. Go about 20 hours. Get about 4 hours sleep, and he's out there again. Well, let's go get another load. So anyway, to make a long story short, we made three round trips, and I come back, and I said, look, I've been down here for a little over a week, and I said, I haven't drawn any money, and I want to get my paycheck for them loads. You do? Well, okay. So he goes in there and he stays about 2 hours. He comes back out there and he says, well, we haven't quite got it all figured up yet. And I said, hell, it ain't 3 loads. Well, we still ain't got it figured up yet. So he goes in there and he stays about another hour. 45 minutes, anyway, it's a long time. Come back out there and he says, well, he said, the way I got it figured up, he said, you owe us $45. I didn't know what to think. How the hell can you work for a week and a half, not draw any advance, and you owe them $45? That's the damnedest deal I ever got into in my life. It was an awakening, brother. Like I got saved. I'm in the tank at the Baptist church. I got saved. That was an awakening when you're coughing water out of your lungs and you're damn near drowned in that freaking tank. It's kind of like that. You got choked to that goddamn water in that Baptist church and holding you under that water, got it up your nose, and you come out there. Yeah, I got saved all right. I got saved by getting away from that damn preacher in a stupid ass church. Anyway, I said over $45. And I just want to say one thing to that. If Jesus ever watching my video, you're a sorry bastard. You have no respect for people whatsoever. So anyway, I had to hitchhike into town to catch a ride out of there. And so I asked him, I said, were you going into town by any chance or work at catch a ride? He said, nope, sure ain't. 10 miles to downtown. So I'm walking down the damn road, and I get down there about a half a mile, and here he comes. He said, well, I decided I need to go into town. You want to catch a ride? I said, well, how much is this going to cost me? He goes, well, it's not going to cost you anything. I said, well, okay, but don't bill me later. And I said, by the way, that $45 I owe you. I said, as soon as I get a good job, get some money saved up, I said, I'll send you a check in the mail. He said, okay. Well, right now I can't afford to make any more loads for you. He said, okay. So anyway, we get into town, and I got about 55 cents left to my name. I go in the grocery store, and I bought a loaf of bread. So I decided that I can't afford to buy something to eat, like a lunch meat or a hamburger or something. I only got 55 cents. So I buy a loaf of bread. Back in them days, you could buy a loaf of bread for like 55 cents. So anyway, I walk back out to the street, and I'm holding this loaf of bread in one hand and thumb up like this in the other. I wasn't out there 2 minutes, and here's this kind of a medium older car, like a four-door, regular car, sliding their brakes, pulling over, stopping. I thought, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do wrong? I walked over there and I leaned down and I said, hello, can I help you? He said, I suppose you're looking for a ride? I said, yeah, I'm trying to get back to the La Casa. And he goes, I noticed you got a loaf of bread there. And I said, yeah, I sure do. He said, would you be interested in splitting that bread with me if I got some lunch meat in the cooler, but I'm out of bread? I said, yeah, I'll share this bread with you. We'll share that lunch meat. He said, deal, get in. So anyway, if it hadn't been for that loaf of bread, that guy would have never stopped to give me a ride. That's the way it is. You got to have a little bait. I got a little bait. And I caught a ride. So we eat sandwiches, like slice of lunch meat and a piece of bread. There wasn't no mayonnaise and mustard and lettuce and tomatoes to go on there. There was just lunch meat and bread. But anyway, we eat sandwiches all the way back. And it turned out to be a good trip because I got back without too much expense. And on my way back, I didn't quite get back all the way. And I was out of money, so I told he's got this big plant. I said, is there a job opening here? And he said, yeah. I said, we need some sanders. And I said, what do I got to do? And he said, we've got these aluminum desks we're building for like hospitals and stuff. And he said, what we need is for you to sand with the grain and sand the tops of these metal desks. I said, oh man, that sounds like an easy job. I'll be able to handle that. I said, when can I go to work? He said, right now. I said, okay. So punch in the clock right there and get a little sandpaper on. That's it. That's my job. So foreman came by and said, hey, is this good enough? I've sanded here for about 2 hours. I said, no, got to sand some more. I worked on the same piece all day and the next day till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. My back was hurting me so bad I couldn't hardly move. My fingers felt like they were like little nubs of rock. They were like in pain. And I had a neck ache, like, trying to get comfortable and having to stand up. And I'm not used to that, standing up all day. I'm used to the jobs where you're like sitting on horseback or you're in your truck right and driving. You're sitting down, you're relaxed. You don't have to work too hard, you know what I mean? This, like this, it's work. The hard part is standing on your feet on a concrete floor. I told the guy, I said, I'm going to quit, but you don't owe me nothing. I said, I didn't finish out the week. I didn't do a good job. I said, just going to leave. He said, no. He said, if you're going to leave, we're going to give you your check for the time you were here. I said, okay. Appreciate it. So he goes in there, and it didn't take him very long at all. About 5 minutes, he's got me a paycheck. And he did pay me for the day and a half I was there. I took that money and went and caught another ride. Big truck. Give me a ride back to the house. But never again did I remember venturing off except one other trip. I ventured off to Georgia in that area. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know how I got out there, really, to tell you the truth. I don't remember. But I ended up afoot, no car, no money really, no money either, in like Georgia. And I think it was Georgia. I ain't even real so sure about that, but it's in that area. And I do remember this guy. If I could think of somebody that looked like him. I can't think of anybody that looks like him. He's like 6 foot tall. Kind of like had light pepper colored hair. Talkative fellow. I don't remember him wearing a cap or hat. He seemed like he was just kind of like a guy with no real goal in life. It seemed like just taking it was simple, we'll get by today deal lifestyle. But anyway, for some reason, he stops and gives me a ride, and he said, "You hungry?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I do something." What do you think about we go down there to Kentucky Fried Chicken and get us? It's like a 20-piece can of chicken. I forget what they call that. Somebody out there would know what I'm talking about. It's the big can of chicken. Chicken legs, chicken wings, and the breast, and it's just kind of a mixed barrel of chicken, fried chicken, good stuff. I mean, good stuff. I said, "Well, yeah, can you afford to buy that?" And he goes, "Well, yeah." I thought he's going to pull in there, order it, pay the guy, and we're going to pull out and we're going to eat fried chicken on our little route or wherever he was going, because I had no clue how to get back home, really. I mean, I'm in a strange country. I got no money. I got no car. And so at any rate, he's sitting in, it's kind of like a little rise of a hill come off over there, a couple lots over from the Kentucky Fried Chicken drive-up window. I said, well, shouldn't we go down there and order that chicken? Because I think they're fixing to close up at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock or something, whatever time it was they closed up. He said, no, I'm not going down there yet. He said there about another 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And I sure was getting hungry by then because he kept promising me we were going to go get some fried chicken to order. So anyway, before the last light went out, he pulls up there. He says, we wanted that big barrel of mixed chicken. At that tall, fill it up. We're hungry. He said, oh, no, we've already closed the cash register for today, sir. He goes, man, we sure are hungry. I don't know what we're going to do. And they said, well, we'll go ahead and give you that barrel of chicken, but we can't charge you for it because the cash registers are already closed. I said, well, that'll be all right. There you go. Set her down. And he had us a barrel box, about 20 pieces of chicken, fried chicken. Yes, sir. I've never seen them like that before in my life. I was eating fried chicken paid for by this guy. Didn't even know him. Hell of a generous guy. You don't eat all the fried chicken I wanted. And I don't remember how I got back to the house, but I got back home. And from my roundy trip, didn't make a dime. I was just as broke when I got back from the left. So now here I am, running for president of the United States, and I still haven't got any money. But I think when you're born and raised in Texas, you have these dreams. And money is not the goal. The goal is to be happy and have a good life. And have money enough for your friends. They don't have to get thirsty at the bar when you're drinking cold beer. You want to be able to buy your friends beer. That's my goal. Have enough money for my friends so that they don't have to be thirsty. When they get to the bar, they can have a beer on me. That's what I want to do for America. When I go to the bar, everybody's welcome. Not to go raise hell at the White House, but to come in and have a beer. Yes, sir. Because then you can enjoy your visit and you can learn a few things about how to make money out there in the real world and get back out there and go back to work. None of this tearing down the White House. What in the hell do they think they're going to accomplish? He's not going to get to re-rule. No way in hell. I'll tell you why. There's too many people out here. I've got a few of these right here. Not just the bad guys. Some of us good guys got some of these. And some bitches are not going to overrun our White House and just take over power just because they want to. They got to get elected by the people of the United States. We're here to defend our country for whatever it takes. And when these next elections come up, these Republicans better find them another job because they're not going to get reelected, because I'm going to try and figure out a way to find some people that's worthy of the office to run for that office. I'm going to try and find some good, honest American people to get the thugs out and get the good people back in the office of the United States so that we can get some things done about getting Monsanto under control. These people have been putting poison out for too many years. It's like since 48. It's 50, 70. Over 70 years they've been poisoning our country. And you wonder where all these strange diseases and so forth are coming from. It's coming from Monsanto. And they can't patch cancer, lymph nodes, whatever that lymph node disease is. Um, there's lots of things. Better thing you can think of probably comes from them poisons they're putting out. Man, I gotta have a cigarette. Yeah, I got some of these Camels the other day, and it's the first time I've ever seen a Camel cigarette just go out, just you know, go out. They always have just burned all the way down to your fingers. If you're not ready to put them in the ashtray, they'll burn your fingers. They will not just go out. I think they're putting a bunch of trash in these Camel cigarettes. Trash. I'm talking. They're probably grinding up tumbleweeds and mixing them in with the tobacco people. Uh, I know nobody's watching my show right now, but if anybody is watching my show in the near future, and you see Camel Cigarette, R.J. Reynolds Company, you need to get some people down there to check them out and see what they're putting in these cigarettes because it's not tobacco. They taste like your truck mats that you've been stepping on, or after you get out of the cow lot, you step in your truck and you roll that up, make cigarettes out of it, and smoke it. That's what these taste like. Cow when they're dried and pressed in here, maybe a little tobacco mixed in with it. That's what it tastes like. So when I get a chance, I'm gonna contact R.J. Reynolds and see if they'll send me another carton of good cigarettes. Make sure they don't put the tumbleweeds in there. And I'm serious about this. They taste like they taste like crap mixed in with tobacco. And they don't even burn all the way down by themselves. They go out. I gotta light this cigarette. Let me get out of the air flow. I like airflow. Little babies like airflow. You can't put them in a house, lock all the windows up, shut the doors, and have somebody in there smoking. You'll kill that baby. And you people out there that have to deal with that on a daily basis, you can tell them people. The babies have to have air. You have to hook them up a little fan to keep air circulating. And it's got to be fresh air. You can't be smoking in the house. And if you do catch a pan on fire on the stove and it smokes the house, you get that baby out of there fast. It sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about. And a lot of people that don't get listened to are pretty smart. These people are in such a big rush, they haven't got time to stop and listen. I tell you, these cigarettes will stop your baby from breathing. They keep saying they don't know what caused it. They don't know what caused it. Right here. I rest my case. Take me to court. I'll prove it. I'll prove it. These things are. I'll prove my recommendation that when I was a baby, my dad smoked a lot in the house. I'd have to roll the windows up, open the window by my bed so I could get some fresh air. And I'd crawl up in that window to sleep so I could get some fresh air because the cigarette smoke would choke me up and I couldn't breathe right. So I know from experience what's causing the problem. And it's right here. Cigarettes inside the house, and the house is locked up, closed up, and there's no fan. If there was a little fan there blowing the air, it'd help a little bit, but they still need fresh air for those babies. all you doctors out there and nurses, you don't want to give people advice when they ask you, what do you think the problem is? You need to open your mouth and tell them what the cowboy said. The cowboy said, no smoking in the house. Use a little fan. Plug in a little fan, a little table out there where you can't stick your fingers in it. Will help. So, another thing, when I was a kid, they took me up and got me polio shots. Keep it from getting polio. Well, brother, I got sick. Out of my head. I was going up and down these tall buildings trying to outrun this little guy behind me was chasing me. And after all these years, I finally figured out what it was. It was death. Death was chasing me, trying to catch me and kill me, finish me off. I was already sick. So I told my mom, I said, don't let me go to sleep. Whatever you do, don't let me go to sleep, because if you let me go to sleep, I'm going to die. I have to keep, I knew I had to keep outrunning it, death. And I had to stay awake, because if I dropped off to sleep, I wouldn't be able to go fast enough to outrun this guy. And it sounded like a crazy ass dream, but it's a true story. It really happened. And it was hours later, I finally recovered from that stuff. So just because they tell you take your kids down and get all these indoctrinations and shots and so forth, don't listen to them. Do not listen to them. These people are interested in making money. These drug factories are just like any other company. They want you to buy their product, so they'll put anything together. If you'll buy it, they'll make it. Not necessarily help any. Might hurt you a little bit. I'm telling you right now, they really don't care as long as they're making money. So another thing is this stuff you pour in your vacuum cleaner. It's called wet vac, I believe. You run it across your carpet, and then they tell you pour these chemicals in there and mix the water with them. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, you don't need those chemicals in there, because those chemicals will kill you. Believe me, they will make your eyes water. They'll make your nose burn, and they're an eye irritant, and they're not good for your lungs. So you have them run the vacuum cleaner, wet vac they call it, and you dry your carpet a little bit with another vacuum cleaner that don't put water in. You dry the carpet a little bit with another vacuum cleaner, and your eyes water for days. You say, well, I got to go to the allergy center because my eyes are watering all the time. Yeah, you need to go to the allergy center because you got an allergy. Well, they put my mom through about 2 years going to the allergy center, and they would stick a shot of stuff in her arm and checking to see if that's the allergy that she was allergic to, making her eyes water. No, that wasn't it. So I don't know how many of these different shots that she got. They told her, you haven't got any allergies. You don't have to come back. I mean, they run out of things to give her. Trying to find out why her eyes are watering all the time. So when she comes home, I said, Mom, it's that vacuum cleaner liquid that they're mixing in the vacuum cleaner called the wet vac. That's getting in the carpet. It's causing your eyes to water. She said, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't nothing stupid like that. So even your own mother won't listen to you. I'm telling you. She wouldn't listen. She swore up and down she had an allergy. She swore up and down as an allergy. When you can't convince your own mother, I don't know how I'm going to convince the people that I need to be the president of the United States, because I can't even convince my own mother not to put chemicals in the vacuum. I'll tell you one thing, people, if I do get elected president of the United States, I'm going to come in there armed. I'm going to have two of these, one over here and one over here. And I'm going to have some bodyguards with me, not only to protect me, but to protect the people that show up to my inauguration. We're not going to show up there unarmed, hoping to God somebody don't break in. Hey, we're going to be protecting you that want to come to visit. And we're going to have some big parties, like really, seriously. The people of the United States are going to get invited to these giant parties where we're going to go and listen to some good music and enjoy each other's fellowship, dance on the dance floor and enjoy life a little bit, besides all of this worry and headaches and stuff. And then if somebody's got a good idea for me, we can talk about it after the party. You know what I mean? We're not going to interrupt the party. What I'm saying is you're going to have a voice in what's going on in Washington. The working people are going to have a voice. And I guarantee you're going to have a microphone. You can get up there and you can give us your ideas publicly if you want to. We're going to have a forum for that. It's going to be a controlled forum. We'll get people. There's not going to be protesters there giving shit. Even if it's a bad idea, that the people don't like it. They don't have to protest you. You just don't vote for your product. That's it. Legal ways of doing things, illegal ways of doing things. So we're going to try the old-fashioned country boy approach, and that's drink some cold beer, have a good time, get our soldiers out of the damn war zones, bring them home, throw a big party for them. And we're not going to put any more of our boys in these damn wheelchairs. No, sir. If we go to war and I'm president of the United States, brother, we're going to go there to win. We're not going to screw around with this damn bullshit of getting blowed up. 100,000 troops blowed up all to hell before we decide to go in there with some artillery. No, sir. No, sir. We're going to go in there full force. Army, Navy. Everybody's going to get a shot at it. But we're going to figure out who the enemy is before we go in there. I've seen them go in there. Well, we got to see who the enemy is. Really? You got to send a few of our troops in there unarmed and hope they don't get blowed up or shot. Yeah. What happened to that team you sent in? They got blowed up and shot. Really? Let me tell you something, people. It's not going to happen anymore. We're not going to send a little bitty what do they call it? Tour group. We're not going to send a little tour group in there for them people to beat the hell out of them and blow them up. It's not going to happen. But I've got to get some subscribers. I need 1,000 subscribers to get a check from YouTube. Now, people, you need to stop being stingy. It don't cost you a nickel to help me start getting a paycheck. I don't know what to think about it. Life's going by so damn fast, and I can't seem to get any backing right now in these financial advisor support group. financial advisor on how to run for president of the United States without being in the poorhouse. Have to eat at McDonald's every day. That's not even cheap. Eat at McDonald's $5 or $6. They had these Angus burgers there for a while, McDonald's. And I have to brag on them. McDonald's was making a good hamburger there for a while. Very good hamburger. And then they quit. The greed took back over. They weren't making enough money. They were only making a few billion, not a lot of billion. I wish they'd go back to making a few billion and let me eat some good hamburgers again because they were really good. It's called Deluxe, I believe. Deluxe Black Angus burgers. I believe that's what they were. Something like that. Black Angus. It was real good. I wish somebody could go back to making some real good food. But you go to these restaurants, they feed you junk, especially these Mexican restaurants. You know, I would suggest people, if you come in to Texas, do not stop at a Mexican restaurant. These people have some things in there that will kill your ass. And I think it's chili powder. But they brought a brown kind of a soup out to me one day before my meal came out. I took 2 sips of that soup and I coughed so bad I couldn't eat my meal. I had to get up and leave. I think it's too many chili powders mixed up in this bowl. It's kind of like appetizer. Put the chip in there. But as far as tasting good, it tasted good. When I first took a taste of it, it tasted hot. And it made me cough, and other people coughed that was in there. Needless to say, I never been back to a Mexican restaurant after that. Now, before that, years ago, they had put some jalapenos and some cheese at this Mexican restaurant. And I don't know what else they put in there, but anyway, this was really good with those taco chips. And I sat there and ate a bunch of those. And then I couldn't drive my truck because my heart was going boom, 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 like that. I was in bad shape. I had to get somebody to take me home and recover. It took me 3 days to recover from eating that hot stuff. So I suggest don't stop at Mexican restaurants. And then people might be able to eat that stuff, but I can't. Well, I guess we need to review the financials. They're going to ask you for that when you run for president. I had this account. It's a Southern Bank. My trucks, my car, my pickup, Mama's car. She had a new car. I'm making payments on this stuff. And some bank from up north, I don't even know where they were from, probably I don't know. Came down and bought our bank. And then they looked at my loans and decided that my interest rates weren't high enough. Well, they can't just raise your interest rates because you've already got the notes signed for several years there. I was in debt for several years. They foreclosed on me. Took my trucks, mom's house, mom's car, my pickup, put us out on the street within 2 weeks. That's what they did. It's a new bank. The old boys, from up north. They don't care. I'm telling you, these people do not care about you. They might loan you money, but that's just because they're greedy. They want you to pay them interest, and a lot of interest. So they'll loan you some money, but they don't like you. They're not going to do you any favors, in other words. So they put us out on the street. So I had to start all over with nothing. Mom had to start all over with nothing. She didn't have a car. I wasn't right. I wasn't even behind on payments. It's an illegal activity. But they get away with it because they got 5 lawyers and everybody seems to listen to these lawyers. Yak. Instead of looking at the real situation. Hey, here's a guy that was making his payments and he took everything he owned. The bank is liable. They listen to these high dollar lawyers. But you can't trust hardly anybody. Good friend of mine, he said, "Hey, let me help you out on your car you purchased, and we'll pay it off, and you just pay me back." I said, "Well, since we're friends, I guess we could do that." So we take a little bit of his money, and we pay off my car, and he grabs the title and hauls us out the door. He ain't got his name on there anywhere, but he grabs the title and takes off. He gets in the car, and hell, I'm kind of like in shock. So I go out, I get in the car, and we take it. And long story short, when we get to his place, he puts the car in his barn, locks the door. He's already got the paperwork. And basically, he owes me. He owes me for stealing my car. And we're talking about friends beat you out of your stuff if you ain't careful. You got to be careful. Not have friends. Because friends will beat you out of your life savings. They don't care. You think they're your friend. I'll put it that way. You think they're your friend and they're going to help you to advance a little bit because they are progressively advanced quite a bit more than you are. You're just kind of coasting along, because you've been friends for a long time, even though they've progressed financially better than you have. You don't expect them to take what little you've got and take it away and just park it in a barn. What a waste of car. So You got to get down to the what call it, courthouse, apply for a talk with the judge. See if I can't get my car back. But he is no longer considered as my friend. So when I run for president, if you mention you want to be my friend, might not be a good plan because I don't trust anybody, especially those people that want to be my friend. We're not going to be sending our troops into these hellholes and getting them blown up. No more bullshit. They don't go into Afghanistan with no way to get out. They don't go into Iraq for no damn reason. They've got a guy over there running the country. He's shipping us oil. Leave him the hell alone. These people have blown up I don't know how many people's places. They didn't accomplish nothing. As far as I can see, they just made a lot of people mad at us around the world. A lot of innocent Americans have paid the price for being an American and they're overseas. Yep, it'll be fun riding around that 747 jet or whatever it is. So people, if you want representation in Washington, you're going to have to vote for me. We're going to have like 100 phones. If you've got a plan, you call. And I'll tell them, let me know. Let me know what's going on. And we'll invite you down to the White House and you can have a conference. I'll set up a committee for you. People that know what they're doing in that area, whatever area you're wanting to work on. We'll set up a little conference for you, and you'll have a voice. Not only just a vote, but a voice in Washington of how to get our economy going again. If you've got any suggestions that work, we're going to put them to work. We're going to let you put them to work. We'll make you the head cheese. That division. Figure out a way to make this deal work. We'll get our economy going again. Now, my message today is real simple. It's to all the farmers, to all the people that have grass growing in their front yards. Don't put out any weed killer. That stuff is poison. To the American farmers, stop using Monsanto products. They are poisoning up the underground water system. They're poisoning up the food we eat. And there's no place to go get good food if you don't produce it. You have to stop using poison. We haven't got time to go pass laws to close them down. You just have to make up your mind. We're going to stop using that damn poison. And you big time farmers out there, you guys might lose a few of your farms and go broke in a few places, but still, you're going to have to stop using that damn poison. There's too many people dying young, needlessly, because of the poison in the food. and in the air that we breathe. And the water that we drink has got to be clean. So I rest my case today, not all day. Maybe this afternoon we'll get back on here again. But we'll see, get any likes and or dislikes. If you want to dislike, that's fine. I'd like to hear from just people in general. You think I could actually get elected as president of the United States? I've got to have some backers. I've got to have Microsoft behind me. I've got to have Apple computer systems behind me. I've got to have some big boys with some big cash rolls backing me. You know why? I've got to be able to travel around the country and tell people what we're going to get done. They all of them don't watch YouTube. You know, hey, guy on YouTube wants Trump president. That's not going to be my full plan of getting there. I'm going to have to travel around the country and put my proposals out there for the people and see if they think that I'm qualified. It's time to hire somebody that's qualified for the job. So there you go. We're going to close out of here, and we'll get back on here a little bit later. All right. On 0, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.